Yes, fellas, welcome to Bala Sport. How you guys doing? Got my brothers with me, Solo, Lino. What's going on, my guys?
What's going on,
Hey,
man?
hey, gentlemen, what's up?
We here, man. Damn, this guy already got his Super Bowl shit popping. Look at that.
Oh yeah,
I
oh
mean, that's
yeah.
old, man. That's old. That's old. We ain't talking about that no more, bro. You guys got to win it again for us to have that discussion.
You
Right,
want you
Solo?
want us you want us to win it again?
You guys got to win it again for us to talk about it. It's already old. Buffalo Bills beat you guys this week, so so that's old. That's old. Yeah, I'm just messing with you guys, man. But speaking of Buffalo, man, both of you guys was at the game this weekend, man. How was that?
Depends who you ask. Are we talking about the game? Are we talking about the fan experience? Are we talking about the food? Are we talking about the
Game,
atmosphere? What are we talking about?
Let's talk
the
about
game.
the day first. First, let me get through the talk. Let you guys tell me about your the atmosphere, especially you as a Chief fan. Going to Buffalo, I know it wasn't easy. You know how Buffalo Bill fans are, and I
Yeah, they're
know they
scumbags.
giving you a lot of shit show out there. So how was that, bro?
They're scumbags. I'm just gonna throw that out there. No, from
Some of them, right?
honest,
Not all of them.
honestly, it it didn't. I wasn't treated bad
Uh-huh.
until after they won. That's the crazy part. Like before the game, I went to the where they were shooting CBS, the pregame show. Took a picture with Coward, met JJ Watt, met Matt Ryan, met JB. Everything was great. Met a lot of great fans there. I didn't talk. The only one I talked to personally is my man Justin. I don't know if you guys seen him at all. He made a bet with Nate Burleson before the game that if the Bills were to win, that he would get his jacket that he wore on set, and he actually just got it about a couple hours ago. So shout out to my man Big Sexy. That dude is awesome, man. Like if you want to talk about just forget being a Bills fan, just an NFL fan and rooting for your team. Hey, that's a guy. Look at me. Look at me, a coward. Damn.
You guys look like it though.
Eh,
You guys actually look alike.
Look like father and son, huh? Look like
They do
father and
look
son.
alike, right?
My man Bill Cowher was awesome, man. I think because I asked him so nicely, like everybody, you get you when everybody wants to get an autograph, they just put their hand out and whatever they want to sign, and then like that person turns around, they just got pens and papers in their, and I just say, hey, coach, do you mind if you just take a quick picture of me? I greatly appreciate it. And
Oh,
I was the only one he stopped for. He didn't
really?
take a picture of anybody else.
Did they
maybe
I'm
because
ask
just
you're the
though?
only one that was different. Everybody
maybe.
else was a maybe
Ev- ev-
because everybody else
Everybody,
Bills fan.
everybody wanted his picture, but only I'm the only one. I don't think he signed any autographs either.
Oh wow.
That I seen when I was there. I was there for almost 2.5 hours. Maybe he did during the halftime show, or whatever, but I don't know. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, I mean, before the game, it was awesome. You get your heckles walking or whatever. That I'm cool with that. It really didn't happen until after the game. That's
Right.
what I think maybe the liquor and the beer set in a little bit too deep. And some of these Bills fans that this one lady screaming at a Chiefs fan kid was like 7. How you gonna try to accost a 7-year-old? I just don't get that. Like I don't care how mad you are if your team won or lost. I don't know. Why are you gonna attack a child? I just I I don't see it. I don't get it. But whatever. But when I talked to Bills fans got mad at me on the way out because they would come up to me and I don't talk crap. I just speak facts. And during the game, this one Josh Allen on one of his 3rd and 1 conversions, he looks at me dead in my eyes. He's like, "How you gonna stop that? You can't stop this team." I said, "I bet you said that last year too, huh?" I said, "You bet you said that last year." And he was like, "Yeah, but this year is different." I said, "I bet you said that last year, the year before that, the year before that, and the year before that." And he was like, "Yeah, well, you guys aren't gonna win the Super Bowl again this year." I said, "Did you say again? Like for the 3rd time in a row?" Because I bet you said that last year when we came into Buffalo. I just
Right.
speak facts. And I don't understand with some of these fans. Like honestly, some Bills fans, I really don't think they should be called fans. And that goes for any team. If you're gonna talk crap, at least know your shit. Because some people out there only think Mahomes has one Super Bowl. Legit. I asked this guy nicely. I said, "You're joking with me, right?" He's like, "No, you only guys only won one. The 49ers right before COVID." I'm like, maybe he got COVID and he lost his sense of smell, sense of taste, and maybe sense of thinking because I don't know where he's been. Like, I asked him, like, I legit, like, I said, bro, you're joking, right? He said no. I don't know. He
Hey,
seemed so dead serious.
was he like young?
I had to say 40 if I had to guess.
Well,
Yeah, he
40
was
is he
wrong.
was he was grown and alive to remember all the three Super Bowls.
And listen, I would probably take a second for pause if he was just like in a jacket and a hat. My man was decked out. So I don't believe anything he said. He seemed like a true fan of Buffalo. So if you're a true fan of
How
Buffalo, you should know what goes on in the league if you follow your team, regardless of who wins the Super Bowl.
hey
That's all I'm saying.
how do a true fan look like?
I'm talking like
Yo,
he
so
had
listen.
Bills hat. He looked like me. He looked like me. That's what I said. He looked like me.
Yo, bro, that's one of the honest answers you could give, bro. You are a true
Like
fan.
me.
But dude, but seriously, bro, but let's get to this game, bro, because this is one of the most hype games of this weekend. Of course, I have a different point of view. I think the Chargers and the Bengals game was better, but that's a conversation for another day. But let's get this thing started, man. Bro, Buffalo, Josh Allen iced the game with the incredible rushing touchdown. The Bills beat the Chiefs 30-21. Patrick Mahomes, of course, can't stop throwing interceptions. 23 out of 33, 196 yards, three touchdowns, two interceptions. Josh Allen, 27 out of 40, 262 yards, one touchdown, one interception. Lino, I know both of you guys was at the game live, man. What's your take on this game, brother?
Uh, we played terribly offensively. It was bad. We couldn't really run the ball. We couldn't really pass the ball once we got past our scripted 15 plays. I think Andy Reid wanted to show off Worthy early. And Andy
Yeah.
Reid is he's very shrewd in what he does. And every coach, every player hears the talk. They just say they
Hey,
don't.
the right way is very petty.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah. He's very petty with a lot of class. And
Right,
he's like, hey Buffalo, I know you guys are probably talking, the media's talking that we're not giving Xavier Worthy your shots.
right.
Well, here, we're gonna give you the ball 4 or 5 times the first 10, 15 plays. And he was balling out. And then it seemed like that's all they scripted up for him. They couldn't muster up anything else. He couldn't manufacture any type of plays after that. Mahomes missed him on a deep route crosser, but Worthy needs to know where to keep his feet in bounds. Did Mahomes give him a bad ball? Yeah, but he also doesn't know where to put his feet. He did it against the
Yep.
Tampa Bay game, and then he did it the other night.
Good
I
point.
don't know. I don't know if he's running too fast and he starts to look down, he panics, and he gets like happy. I don't know what he's doing, but he needs to get his shit together. But Buffalo did a great job of making players like Worthy and Juju and Justin Watson make them beat Buffalo because they were bracketing Kelsey all night. This man was getting double team all night. Hopkins didn't really do anything either. He had 3 catches, 27 or 29 yards. They were kind of chipping him. They weren't really bracketing him. They kind of just left him alone. But also, our offensive line was atrocious. Defensively, their line was just getting after it. They really didn't have to blitz.
Right.
Mahomes was kind of just Mahomes needs to learn. at times when he does have the time, he needs to know that he does, because I think he's so used to kind of taking his 3-step drop and then he's got to move out the pocket. He doesn't always have to do it. He has to trust his players. But there's a lot of times where he just ran outside the pocket because he just felt like there's just this clock going off in the back of his head, and he's thinking, I got to get the hell out of here. And sometimes he did. Sometimes he's just, I don't blame him. Man's back there probably PTSD. Because Wanye Morris, I don't know. We need a left tackle, or we need somebody that can sustain that position, because Kingsley Suamatia was inactive before the game, so that tells me everything I need to know about him going forward. So Wanye Morris is really our only left tackle, unless we move Joe Tooney to left tackle and put somebody else in left guard position to take over for Tooney, because Tooney did play left tackle when he was with New England. He played damn near every position when he was with New England. But defensively, I don't think we played bad, because we gave Mahomes with the interception, pretty much got had at midfield. When we did punt, there was one punt that got taken back into our territory. So I want to say our defense played terrible. They just didn't. They had a lot of bend and a little break moments in that game. Defense, our Buffalo couldn't rush at us on us at all. I know they got 100 and something rushing yards, but
they got 104 yards rushing.
Yeah, that's not a lot.
That's 78.
That's not a lot, because really, if you think about it, how much of those were scripted runs? A lot of that was just Josh Allen breaking containment. It wasn't like they were running. Cook had 9 carries, 20 yards, and then their backs had a couple. It was mainly that 33-yard run, which I vehemently disagree with Jim Nantz saying that was a play of the year. I'm sorry, that is not the play of the year.
Right.
He didn't get touched for 20 yards. How the hell is that the play of the year? It's the play of the game.
Right.
I want to say it's the play of the year. People need to pump the brakes on that one, but okay. But yeah, we couldn't get off on third downs. It was bad. And Bills, I don't know what they were doing offensively. Every first down, besides one when Josh Allen missed, I don't know who it was going deep, but every first down, handed off to Cook, 1 yard. Handed off to Cook, 2 yards. Handed off to Cook, 1 yard. Like they weren't, I don't know what they were trying to do, keep us honest when we really know they were going to pass, but we didn't do any favors. The refs weren't in our favors. I know a lot of people were saying that. That was the thing in the crowd, is if the Chiefs win, we're in the refs' pockets. If the Bills win,
I'm one of the guys that's always saying that. But this is the first game, in a long time, I could say that the ref actually was in Buffalo Bills' pockets at this time. Well, so yeah.
I mean, if you really think about it, just imagine that. Now, this had no bearing on the outcome of the game. So when Curtis Samuel caught that touchdown and Matt Collins just runs right into our defender, that's offensive pass interference. Let me tell you, if Kansas City did that, that fucking crowd would be throwing bottles on the field. But nobody wants to talk about that because it didn't happen to the Chiefs. But at the same time, that had no bearing on the game. We didn't play well. It's as simple as that. We didn't play well. We never play well against Buffalo in the regular season. And that's what it really comes down to, is January. And I feel that this was a bigger game for Buffalo than it was for Kansas City. Because everybody says Kansas City has a soft schedule going forward, but they forget who we already played. Right. Buffalo and Kansas City both played the Ravens. We won, they lost. We'll see what happens in a couple weeks when they play the Niners. We already played the Niners. We don't play the Lions, but they do have a couple tough games coming up. So they needed this victory more than we needed it. So it was a much bigger game for Buffalo, I would say, in my opinion, than it was for Kansas City, given the schedule going forward.
Yeah, bro. But I got one more question for you. Like, before I get solid solo to go, is Patrick Mahomes, is he struggling? Because it seems like every game he's throwing interceptions. And I'm not, of course, I'm not gonna say that he doesn't have the same desire, but dude, he's looking like Josh Allen nowadays instead of being Patrick Mahomes. This is shot this out. Yeah. So what's going on with my home situation, man? What's going on? Like
Oh,
every game, it seems like he's throwing an interception. Is he forcing the ball, or what you think is going on?
He did on that play. He didn't need to. Listen,
Right.
my coach always used to tell me, never make a bad play worse. Just take the sack. Would you rather take the sack and live another down, or throw an interception and then that turns into 7 points for the other team? Never make a bad play worse. But with that being said, I'm not worried because we've seen this before. So in a way, the Chiefs do get a benefit of the doubt because we talked about this last year. The team looked terrible. They looked sluggish, and then I don't want to use the word flip the switch, but they turned it on in the postseason and they won the Super Bowl. It's kind of like, listen, I don't like everything that's going on with this offense, but let me just spin this in an analogy for you guys. You guys both got significant others. I mean, do you really like everything about them? Sometimes you just gotta ignore those red flags because you know how much you love them. You just, you know what? All right, maybe she does take forever to get ready. Maybe Mahomes does throw has been throwing picks a lot lately, but I can forget about that because what he or your significant others has done for you. Mahomes has treated me so well. I can ignore some of these red flags.
Right.
Listen, it's just an analogy I was thinking of. All right, leave me alone.
listen. That's a good point. That's a good point you just made. But we can go back to Josh Allen interception situation, right? Like
Hmm.
he been killed for throwing picks, right?
Hmm.
And I kept saying, yeah, he throws a lot of picks, but also he throws a lot of touchdowns at the same time. So you learn to live with those interceptions because
No,
even
you
if you
don't,
can.
man. Stop. Don't say that because
No,
some of the
no.
interception is the reason that could cost them the game. Like
Can I
Lino just said earlier.
can I finish?
No, because you
See,
sound like a Josh Allen
can
protecting Josh
see,
Allen the past couple of years, throwing all these goddamn interceptions. So I'm gonna
listen.
get to live with it.
I was quiet the whole time for like
Yeah, you know what?
first
You know
first
what? You know what?
first
Because
20
like
minutes.
okay,
First 20 minutes I was just
you know
listening.
what? You're right.
And there's so many points I have to respond to. I don't think I'll remember all of them. But I'm gonna try I'm gonna try my best. First of all, watching the game on Sunday, the biggest problem for Patrick Mahomes I saw is he consciously kept thinking about how bad left tackle was. So that was even when there's nothing coming, he was speeding up himself.
Right.
He was quick to make a decision when he didn't have to. And that just gave the Bills defense the advantage. We had two sacks, two interceptions. He had old man Van Miller get to him. You know what I mean? He threw two interceptions. And all because and every time he scrambled, which direction did he go? This way, right?
Hmm.
To the right side. Because and I know Andy Reid, he defended his left tackle, saying he's been working hard, he's getting better, blah, blah, blah. But the whole team, even the fans, even the Bills, they knew that was still an issue. And that's how they designed that whole game, having thought about that. Now, when it comes to the referees, I don't think the referees were in anybody's pocket.
Of
No.
course,
First
man.
of
You're a
all,
Bills fan.
first of all, no, they
I
weren't.
like messing with you, Sally. Go
And
ahead, bro.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because when was it Worthy? I forgot who caught that ball with both feet in bounds, and for some damn reason, Sean McDermott he listened to somebody who told him to challenge,
Hopkins.
which I clearly saw he had both feet in.
It was Hopkins.
Right. So if the referees were in Bill's pockets, they could have, changed that call. But clearly he was in bounds.
Right.
So that's just the point for you to understand.
Yeah, but so I got a question for you there. Like I was gonna ask you this, because personally for me, this is one of the best games I see your head coach as coach against the Kansas City Chiefs. He didn't play to lose; he played to win.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. So that fourth and down, that 4-2 In the previous years, he probably just kick a field goal. You know what? And go up by 5 points. And even said it after the game. He said, "We understand who's on the other side. That's Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes.
So,
We've gone through this for years and years, 13 seconds, different situations. There's no way we're gonna kick a field goal and be up by 5 points and give the ball back to Patrick Mahomes. But it doesn't matter how poorly he's played. We've seen this movie for so many times. So I had to go for it. Now, if that didn't work, I'm sure he would have been criticized so bad. He should have just kicked the field goal. But like during the game, I told people, like I told everybody around me, I said, listen, you gotta go for it. I mean, I didn't expect Josh Allen to go all the way into the end zone. I was hoping he gets a first down, but I think Josh Allen, and I was surprised that the way the Kansas City played that position, that particular play right there. I don't know why they didn't put a spy on Josh Allen. So they played man, right? So which means
Yeah.
everybody was looking at Josh Allen. Everybody was looking at Josh Allen, and somehow it's to manage to escape. And not only that, he went all the way into the end zone, which I think it was just a great play by quarterback. I don't think the defense played, like Lino said earlier. I don't think the defense played bad. They probably played bad according to their standards. Because for the past 15 games, they've never allowed over 28 points, something like that.
28 games. Not
Right.
not since the Eagles Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. That's two.
right.
That's two Super Bowls ago, right?
Yeah.
Right. So to their standards, I don't think. I don't think they played well. Now I don't know. I don't know exactly what kind of offenses they've played the past 15 games or the past. I don't know how
Right.
good they
That's what I was
were.
about to get into because I remember I was telling you guys is the reason why I choose Bills. Some of the reasons why I choose Bills to win this game, and we got to go back to the game against Tampa Bay. Baker Mayfield had nobody. The way he was picking through the Chiefs defense, I was like, this is not normal for the Chiefs defense. I know it was the first time, so we all say, man, they just had a bad game. And I
Right.
was always thinking that if we play against quarterback like Josh Allen, he was able to pick them apart. And I don't know what's going on with your defense, but Lino made Solo made another point earlier. Lino, I got this question for you. What's going on with your left tackle? Is this any way I could fix that?
Call Donovan Jones or David Bakhtiari.
It's not
That's
that
all I
easy.
got. That is as simple and as deep analysis as I can get for you. Unless one of them drink that secret stuff that Michael Jordan had in Space Jam, I don't know what to tell you. They just got to play better.
Well,
It's just some
according to Andy Reid, he said he just needs more reps, more experience, and he said every game gets better. So maybe by the end of the season he'll be better. But the unfortunate part for the Chiefs, we're already in week 11.
Right.
So I don't know when it's gonna get better, but we'll see.
Solo, this is most complete game for Buffalo, bro. Y'all control the time of possession. Y'all got more yards than the Chiefs. The defense looks like, I mean, dude, what else do you got to say about Buffalo performance in this game before we move on? Because, like,
And
for me, I'm really sitting here thinking that I never thought that offense like the Buffalo Bills offense, when you look at it on paper versus the Kansas City Chiefs offense, dude, they dropped 30 points. How impressed are you with your team overall?
I mean, it was very impressive, especially that we didn't have Coleman, we didn't have Kincaid. These are the two best receivers on the team. I mean, they've had more catches than any other players, and we are missing that. And I was worried for the game. I just thought that the Chiefs they're gonna come up with a scheme that would just slow down the Bills. And the question I had, like, the Chiefs defense have been really good the past few games, and I was thinking I was watching that game like, what is it that they do really best? Is it stopping the run or the pass? Because they, like he said, we couldn't run the ball at all. And I
the
was one
run.
of those. I was one of those fans who were like, "Why keep running the ball on first down?" You know what I mean? And I don't know if our coaching staff knew that we're gonna go for it on fourth down or three and long. We're gonna get it. I don't know. I don't think they knew that gonna be easy. But for some damn reason, they keep running the ball on first down, and we get 1 yard, no yard, which was so frustrating. Which forced us. There's a reason why the Bills lead the NFL. I think in fourth down conversation. I think they lead the NFL which is not a good start to, I guess. It's not a good start to lead, but I guess if it's working, it's working. But I think there's still a lot of things that have to improve on. I'm excited that Milano, who is probably the best defensive player on the team, is coming back for Niners game. Uh Terrell Bernard is back, and he had what? He had a sack, he had interception. So the defense is very. I know people have been saying we have a bunch of no names. I don't think those people really follow the Buffalo Bills. We have some very good players there, like Terran Johnson, Christian Bernard. I mean, Benford, Rousseau Douglas. So we have players that are making a name for themselves, and I was pretty much impressed how they handled that Chiefs offense. Like he said, we made sure that Kelsey didn't get. Well, he had 2 catches for like, how many? 8 yards, 6 yards.
8 yards.
See, we and I think another reason is because the Chiefs are they're not an explosive offensive team like they used to be when they had Tyreek Hill. They have no threat up top. I mean, I guess Worthy is that guy that should play Tyreek's role, but it's not there yet. He's
He's a
still
rookie,
playing.
yeah.
He's still playing. He's still thinking he's still in college where he just need one foot in. So he gotta practice to tip it all. But
Right.
he obviously is way faster. That game, that ball that you remember that ball that he caught, but he was out of bounds. He was
Mhm.
wide open. There was
Wide
like
open.
no Bills defender, like 10, I don't know, 10, 15 yards from him. I'm like, this is crazy. What he had to do is put both his feet in, and he didn't do it. So and like you said, Andy Reid was trying to make a point because everybody I know some Bills fans have been saying, you know what? I think the Bills the one that trade. It's not wasn't the trade, but that pick because they let the Chiefs pick Worthy and the Bills pick Coleman. So Coleman has been playing really good, and Bills fans were going crazy. And I'm sure Andy Reid, I've been hearing that. And like Lino said in the beginning, they made it a point to showcase him to beat the Buffalo Bills. But listen, when trying to win a game, you gotta put aside personal goals or whatever they're trying to accomplish. That wasn't enough to beat the Buffalo Bills on that day.
Damn. Kansas City Chiefs lost against Buffalo Bills. The old Rochester, New York, the old Buffalo fan base acting like they won the Super Bowl. Lino,
It's hard to win 16 games in a row, fellas.